I really like this Biden's electric yellow. In a small pot, it doesn't look that fantastic, but once you transplant it in a bigger pot, and once it thrives, it's amazing. It's unbelievably beautiful. Each petal is bicolored with a whitish, creamy white tip and a lemon yellow center. And the entire petal, each of the entire petal is shiny and has almost like a plastic texture. To compare its size, it's a bigger flowered Biden. To compare its size, on the left is the normal Amaryllis. To give you some idea of the progress of perennials, this is the peony, and you can see it's not yet in bloom at this time. And over here on the left is the knockout rose. On the right is the variegated Weigela. The variegated Weigela was initially not as popular because its flowers are smaller than, say, rhododendrons. However, small has its own beauty. This is one of my favorite. It doesn't have copyright. I guess it was developed very early, and the small flower together with the variegated leaf give you a very fancy, very pleasant view. Okay. And then over here is the Camassia that is blooming at this time. So Camassia blooms way after the hyacinths and daffodils and tulips. In our season, I would say almost a month later, and they bloom around the same time as the Weigela, but it's blooming before the peonies. Okay, in the first year, this is only the second year, I got mine from Rex. So this is their second year, so the flower inflorescence lasts a lot longer, and the flower open supposed to from bottom to top, but not always, and it does last quite a while, and it's a very pleasant color. And the one I bought has the variegated leaf. It's not very obvious in the video, but it's very pleasant. And a lot over here. So Camassia is a 100% Native American bulb. It was even used as food by Native Americans, and of course I would see it has great potential because this bulb blooms at a time that is like filling a gap, filling a blooming gap. Okay, and then I can see my poppy isn't blooming yet either. Okay, and then over here this year I didn't allow my Allium to bloom. Allium is, I have the Globemaster, and this year the flower head is not as big as I wish, so I want them to grow better for next year. There is a challenge for Allium that I think each bulb is similar to tulip. Each bulb become two every year. In my climate, they don't die. They become two, and two comes back. But unless you have a lot of fertilizer, the two become slightly smaller than the first year. This is my experience so far. Okay, let's look at the beautiful Camassia again. Oh my God, has bloomed for at least a week now. You can see this inflorescence. The bottom has finished. It's moving to the top. And on this side is the Weigela, my monette, and the Phlox. So beautiful. I do have to continuously, almost daily, pull the grass off so that they don't cover the Weigela. And over here is the you can see some of the perennials I planted earlier in the semi-shade of the hydrangea and the knockout rose. And so I want to double check the name. So this is Viola Odora E10. I believe it's a hybrid. Its flower is really large and beautiful, like pansies, but it's really cold hardy. In our zone 6, they overwinter outside freely. Okay. And then next to it is Columbine, second year from seeds, and Delphinium, second year from seeds. So when I plant them, I only put a couple of seeds. The first year is in the bucket, and second year in this raised bed. I'm very patient and enjoy growing, so I'm not in a hurry to make them bloom. And I still have many seeds in the fridge. Okay. And over here, let's look the other side, see the result from behind the Camassia. Definitely is the best of the show at this time. Okay. And then another thing I really like is this. I acquired this only last year. This is their first year. Last fall I acquired it. This is the Rutgers hybrid Kusa dogwood called Scarletfire. It has native dogwood and Kusa dogwood in it. And the flower is not in full bloom yet, but the color is really good. If it's white right now, it will be greenish, but even while they're greenish, they're already like this. Really wonderful. Okay. So the location I plant this is it received sun all the way to about 2 p.m. Then it's in shade. Okay, and it's really cold hardy. Beautiful.